Using a call language or gestures while entering the court or into a green lane. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff member. And don't forget about our bobblehead giveaway day. Come to the day, bring the family, and get a free Raptor bobblehead. We want your time here.
Coming right up, the 76ers taking on the Raptors. TGIF, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sport. We should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish.
Deciding to change it up. Well, if you followed MP on his path to the NBA, you know the one criticism of his game is that he can defer too often, Grant.
And at times, I think that's been a fair criticism. But you'd rather have MP trying to involve his teammates too much than not at all. People had the same complaint about LeBron early in his career, and that worked out fine.
Taking a look at the 76ers. Kelly Oubre out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Butler, and it's McCain in at the two-guard position. We've got 13 seconds left in the first. Nails it from three.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And here's Butler outside. No good on the buzzer beater. Well, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Sixers ahead, up by 8. And we'll return shortly. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what's your take on the Sixers so far?
Well, it's pretty obvious. I mean, cashing in on extra opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
Chris Boucher out there with MP. Then it's R.J. Barrett. Then it's Walter. And it's Abaji in at the small forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Butler finds Oubre. Here's Grimes. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Butler, the open look. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2. Raptors trail by 10. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Thanks. Well, the Sixers this summer signing Paul George to create a star trio, along with the great value signings around the edges, Philly is widely regarded as one of the league's most improved rosters. And guys, this team is poised to compete with the league's best. They have a big three, and they have a real chance now to win a championship.
No doubt about it. Appreciate the update. Thanks, Shams. Here's Embiid. Rebound, Toronto. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Cavaliers.
And at the offensive end, they were lights out in that game. They found all sorts of ways to punish the D.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Joel Embiid is setting records with his scoring. He said, when I get stuck into just being a scorer, that's not the best version of me. I like sharing the ball. As you've seen the last couple of years, the teams that have won, they move the ball. Nothing is static. So that's how we should play. Pretty simple, Brian.
Yeah, great understanding, right? Thanks, Allie. Boucher outside. Back to Hayes. Pass to Walter. To the paint. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Boucher. The bank shot, no good. Philadelphia leading by 8. Here's McCain. 9 points in his last outing. Up top, Embiid. Agbaji with a rebound.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Here's Embiid. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It goes on Chris Boucher.
He can be such a physical force. It's so hard.
Substitutes on the court.
Ingram finds Barrett. Hayes in the high post. Back to Quickly. To the inside. Muscling it home. Embiid.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Ingram against George. 11 seconds left in the second period. And the layup falls. And the 76ers lead by 2.
Ooh, how sick was that, guys? I mean, he makes defenders look silly with moves like that.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Sixers ahead. They lead by a bucket. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half,
taking a look here now at the 76ers, they didn't come out the gates the way they hoped. Took the L, but they don't think that represents who they are.
Well, it might be just a matter of shaking off that rush shot.
and in our game with the Raptors, a close, entertaining first half.
They found an advantage in the painted area, and they're exploding.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And as we get into check in for Toronto, Agbaji comes in for Quickly. The 76ers making a switch here. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Here's MP. Tries again. MP battles him inside.
Well, MP goes through the defense for the score. Wow.
Taking a look at Philadelphia. They've got Joel Embiid. Maxey out there with George. And it's McCain in at the 2. And it's Maxey missing. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Leading by 5. Well, Grant, the Raptors are in the middle of a rebuild and are looking to establish an identity here.
Yeah, they've got some solid young pieces, specifically Scotty Barnes. They just need more experience and some time in order to learn what it takes to win at this level.
And it's Maxey missing.
He had more than enough room to hit that, just couldn't make it happen.
Now here's Barrett. Defense is right there. Back to Hayes. Oh, another miss by MP.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
For 3. Yabusele, look that. Give him 8 points now.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
MP, the pass to Barrett. 1:02 left in the third quarter. Got it. Barrett's got 6 in the quarter.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
Here's Yabusele. Here's Maxey. Agbaji with a rebound. Agbaji's got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Hayes. From down in the low post, it goes. Now it's a 6-point Toronto lead.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
Now here's Embiid. Maxey on the wing. Here's McCain, guarded by Barrett. George outside. Here's Yabusele. And stolen by Barrett. And now the Raptors on the break. Hayes in the high post. Kicks it out to Barrett. Pass to Barnes. Now MP. Barrett up top. Back to MP. Getting it done inside. MP.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
And so it's Toronto, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. They've got Walter, Chris Boucher out there with Hayes, and it's Shed in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Just 2 to shoot. Good on the bucket.
Yeah, this is what sets Embiid apart from other bigs. That mid-range game is on point.
Pass to Agbaji. Hayes with it. Here's Agbaji. To the middle. MP, the pass to Agbaji. The Raptors need to get off a shot. Here's Walter. Rebounded by Butler.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Butler. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. And the 76ers making a change here. George is checked in. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Pass to Agbaji. Takes the 3. Sinks it from distance. Agbaji's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Shakes him. Oh, good D by Boucher.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
And it's good. 2 points. Looking at lineups around the league, Grant. Seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
George's shot is off. Raptors lead by 11. Here's Walter. Inside. Here's Hayes. MP staying focused.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here.
Oh my, their coach does not look happy. And I can guess why.
So no problem for Toronto as they get the win. This one was a fun one to watch.
Great win tonight, MP.
I'll add those to my first Friday report. Good night, MP.
MP got the job done tonight, as usual. Fans we've seen yet. Make sure you disappoint. Let's keep this winning streak going.
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Dallas Mavericks. Things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat, Kevin. It's like when you feel like you are in such a rush and there's a surge of excitement that hits every particle of your body. Every profession obviously has a big payoff, but everything happens so fast. But when it happens, it makes all the hard work worth it, but it certainly brings a great feeling, and I definitely get goosebumps to this day.
You get goosebumps, but the hard work you put in to get that story, I know what you guys go through. It is amazing the hours you spend on it.
365, 24/7.
Wow. And if you talk to guys who know MP, who grew up with him, they'll all say that he lets his game do the talking.
And he's got a very business-like approach to himself when he's on the floor. MP can dish it back if you come at him, but for the most part, he's letting his numbers speak for themselves.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's McDaniels. Then there's Reed. And it's Miller in at the power forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Now, we talked about expansion. That has been floated around. We know that teams would have to realign. Shams, any ideas on which teams might have to shift with expansion in the East or West?
Certainly most of the potential expansion cities, the high-level ones, have been noted as teams in the West. Maybe you have a team out east that is in the West moving into the Eastern Conference. But the league could obviously surprise everyone with a different solution. Maybe having one expansion team be an Eastern Conference team, one being a West. There's several options that Adam Silver and the NBA have.
I would think New Orleans would be one of those teams, right? Just where they are geographically. Memphis, those two teams are in the West, and I could see them maybe going east. Possible?
Certainly Minnesota and Memphis. Those are two teams that, to me, have an Eastern Conference.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. You know, Shams, I don't know how many kids grow up thinking they're going to be an NBA insider. But clearly that is something that you probably thought about at one time or another. Did you think that was going to be your path?
Kevin, I knew at the age of 16 years old what I wanted to do. Wow. And this path I wanted to take an insider for the NBA because I loved playing basketball, I loved writing, and I had a genuine passion for transactions, for the behind-the-scenes stories. So to be able to tell that story to the fans, I feel like I am one of the fans. That's why I feel like I can relate to the fans, and so that's what inspired me mostly to take this career path that I've taken.
So connected. It is a pleasure reading you and hearing you.
Kevin.
Substitutions report.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Gobert finds Conley. Outside Edwards. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Shams, I am so sorry our time has run out. It has been great having you here with us. We appreciate your time so much, and I hope we do it again soon.
Thanks, Kevin. Anytime. You know when I'm not on my phone, I'm here to talk to you and talk hoops with you anytime of the day.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much again. ADB, wasn't that terrific talking to Shams? He is as plugged into everything around the NBA as anyone you could hope to meet.
A guy who's really in the know, and as somebody who prides themselves on doing research, boy, you have got to respect the legwork and the dedication he brings to the table.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Back to Randall. And the rejection by MP.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Right side, Edwards finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Edwards got 9 points.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
These are record pitches of the court. And get ready for the big half-court shot. Drums, please.
They've been in fuego from downtown, finding space and letting it go, showing.
Taking a peek now. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin.
And happy you could join us. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Michael Conley. And the Raptors also making a change. MP's checked in for R.J. Barrett. So for Toronto right now, he's out there with Pirtle. Then it's Brandon Ingram. Then there's Emmanuel Quickly. And it's Barnes in at the small forward position. When a team, Doris, is on a losing streak, what lessons can be learned from that?
Kevin, you know this. Losing streaks seem to be inevitable in the NBA. The season is too long to go through without some adversity. What I think you learn is grit and how to keep fighting, even when you don't have your best game available.
Hey, Doris, how has Scotty Barnes advanced his game since being named Rookie of the Year back in 2022?
Well, all the physical skills are there for him. Tremendous athlete, cross-positional defensively. I think what happens for young players is they start to read the progressions of the game more quickly. Now you can put the ball in his hands, let him be a decision maker. This guy is a stat stuffer.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And Dillingham subbed in for McDaniel. The try by MP. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Timberwolves trail by 9. Down low. Here's Randall. Pass to Reed. Now Dillingham. 6 to shoot. Reed with a screen for Dillingham. That one's off. Still out of sync.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Hayes. Inside. MP gets it.
And this is the thing about MP. He has the poise to take high percentage shots.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. It's good from long range. Randall's got 11 points here in just the second half. And so quickly we'll bring it up for the Raptors. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here is Abaji. No scoring in this one. That one drops for him. And the Raptors lead by 10.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Picked by Reed. DiVincenzo can't hit it. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Raptors. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball. And how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. They've got Donte DiVincenzo. Also, Dillingham out there. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Reed. And it's Minot in at the power forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Timberwolves trail by 12. Alexander-Walker passes to DiVincenzo. Back to Alexander-Walker. No good on the triple.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
MP powers through the contact inside.
MP is cooking right now, and folks, this is exactly what we expected from this young man.
Reed with a screen for DiVincenzo. To the left side wing. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Here's Shed. Hayes down low. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Raptors.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Here's Boucher. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Raptors lead by 18.
Well, that's about positioning and length and athleticism. Boucher doing the job on the offensive rebounding end.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. A new lineup here for the Timberwolves.
Substitution on court.
Randall dishes to Conley. And here is McDaniel. Gobert with a screen for McDaniel. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. It's Barrett on the wing. Quickly the pass to MP. It's Barrett on the wing. Toronto working the ball around now. Back to Quickly. 5 on the clock to the inside. Hayes. Gobert with the block.
There is a reason his nickname is the Stifle Tower. Send it back, Rudy.
Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stop.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
A fierce two-hander. Ingram outside. Inside. Here's MP. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Here's Gobert. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And it's 9 points for Rudy Gobert.
You love the touch from Rudy Gobert. He's put a ton of work into his offensive game.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. quickly finds Barrett. To the paint. Here's MP. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And here's Edwards from the arc. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 3rd assist on the night. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
MP kicks to quickly. Randall against MP. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Barrett gets it to go.
Wow, the answer from R.J. Barrett. That three-point big-time delivery.
Edwards against Barrett. Edwards can't hit. Raptors leading by 14.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Toronto.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely. Just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Brandon Ingram.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
Hayes, no good.
Julius Randle. One shot.
That free throw good from Randall. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A solid